Aquaba guys, welcome to Asase Mama, another pillow talk. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well. I thank God for another day, waking us up with the activity of our limbs, the ability to walk, talk, and to click subscribe and subscribe to Asase Mama. No, just kidding. But yes, subscribe. But I'm not kidding about that. But I'm really thanking God for another day. And I'm thanking God for you and who all are listening. I thank God for you as well. This morning's pillow talk is going to be about not being a bitter baby mama. Not being a bitter baby mama. If you guys are in a relationship or had a relationship and it was some months or some years and you put a lot of time in, but somehow, unfortunately, that relationship did not work and that man went on to another relationship or even possibly had another child with another relationship, do me a favor. Don't be bitter. Don't take out on your kid what he's done to you. Don't have a displacement of anger. Put everything in its proper perspective. What do I mean by that? Don't give your kid a hard time about seeing their father, or never tell your kid, well, that's not your brother, that's not your sister, because I didn't have them, they didn't come from me. It doesn't matter. Same daddy, brother, sister, or brother, sister, sister. Same mom, the same. So let's not be bitter. Let's not sow seeds of discord. Let's not do that. I know what it's like. I know what it was like to be young and be a young mom and regret having my child by who I had my child by. I know all about that. Um, but bitter I wasn't because I didn't really know him. He didn't really know me. We only knew of each other. We just, some people who got together, a couple of people got together and we were cool and we used to smoke weed and all together when we were young. And somehow one night that flipped from smoking weed, not only smoking weed, to having sex, and a child came out of that. I couldn't really get mad at him because he never promised me anything, and I never saw the type of father he was to his child that he had before me. I never saw any of that. He was just somebody that I hung with, got high, went to parties, had a ball. But again, to really know him, I did not. Um, I saw my daughter being affected. For the lack thereof, there was no time put in. And I think she was almost 13 years old when I finally said, hey, enough is enough. I have given you chance after chance after chance after chance. You're not taking care of her financially. You can't even afford time. And it was just like that was the last straw. But it wasn't done out of being bitter. I did it because kids need stability. Either you're going to be in or you're going to be out. I didn't just say, oh, well, you don't want to be with me, or you never took me serious, or well, you can't see your child. No. Although I made my mistake and had sex with the wrong person, and out of that act came a child, I still had hope that, oh, okay, well, at least, they can have a relationship together. I know it's not about us. And, but when that didn't happen, it was a real great depression that fell upon me. It was just like, what am I doing? I have this person looking at me, looking up to me to take care of them, and I don't know my butt from my elbow. Um, yeah, it was it was a rough patch, but I learned how to be a mom from my mom. I allowed my mom to teach me. So things were going good, but I've seen a lot of relationships that failed, and you take it out on your children. You don't want your kids to see their father because of how he made you feel. Yes, he hurt you, and maybe he sucked at being a boyfriend. But what blame do you take for yourself? You have to take some type of accountability. This person didn't just start doing what he was doing that made you unhappy overnight. Some of us see red flags to the point where the flags is just where it's knocking us the heck out. And we still like, but I love him, but I love him. You know, you can't change nobody. When we're young and the guys are even younger than us mentally, we cannot change them. They are who they are. They are who they are. So, with you being bitter and saying that the kids can't see their father, you're only making yourself look like an idiot because it's going to backfire when those children get older. Because he's going to tell them if he's not the type of man that fight for custody, hey, your mom did this. Hey, your mom, I tried, but your mom. And who are they going to turn around? Why didn't you let me see my dad? So I said all that to say, don't be bitter. Yeah, he may have hurt you something deep, but you hurt yourself too. If he was a cheater, he didn't just start cheating. You know, you kept taking him back, taking him back, taking him back. If he was verbally abusive, he didn't just start saying fly stuff out his mouth. He just kept on until you couldn't take no more instead of walking away the first time. If he was physically abusive, I don't believe he just popped you upside your head one time. You kept on. Well, maybe he going to change, he going to change. So as women, we have to take accountability as well. We have to take accountability. We've allowed those things to happen to us. And the key factor is we don't love ourselves. We don't love ourselves. You know, if you had love for yourself, you couldn't allow certain things to happen to you. If you seen a guy that's not you dating somebody and he's not your husband, and he start messing around and cheating, and you seeing that, oh, he has the potential of being with this one, that one, that one, why are you still hanging around? You're not important, sis. You're not important. He's not making you important. Oh, well, I'm the main John. No, there's no such thing. You're all Johns. Front, side, back, y'all all Johns. So certain people are just not marriage material, relationship material. All the guy want is one thing. Leave him alone. Or unless you want to play his game, well, if you're just sex, then he's just sex. Leave him alone. But if a child come out of that, don't be bitter because you didn't like what he did to you. Don't be bitter. Just allow that child to grow up having a father. Let him prove himself to that child. Let him prove himself. See, my daughter was almost 13 years old. He had proved himself, and the main reason why I said, that's it, don't come back around. Just stay gone. And the reason why, because my daughter was getting angry. I had read a note one day, and she was talking about how she wished he was dead or something like that. And I was like, whoa, this is deep. You know, this is heavy. Well, I can't have my daughter walking around all angry, and this is the same person. And I'm not saying in and out where he don't come around for a couple of weeks. It'll be years. Okay, even though there was a couple of sentences that he served some years in jail. He's been in and out of jail throughout her life, but when he was out, he still wasn't around. So I gave him rope to hang himself, and that's exactly what he did. And I remember what I said to him. Stay gone. When she's grown, if she wants to reach out to you, that's on her. She's grown. But until she's 18, just leave her alone. He never once said, well, hey, give me a second chance, or I'm sorry, I'll make it up to you. He just took the bait. He just left and did what he did because, truthfully speaking, I don't think he really wanted to be a father to her. I can't really say, I don't want to say if that was it, but that's the way I felt, you know. But all I just had to say is we have to learn as women to love ourselves. and not take anything from men. If you see that a man don't really have your best interest, there's no point in staying around. There's no point in staying around. If he's doing this to somebody else, honey, he's going to do it to you. And there's no sense of you shacking, racking, and stacking and being with some man and living with him and cooking and cleaning and doing and all that and laying on your back for somebody who's not even thinking about, marrying you. The Bible says, so as a man thinketh, so is he. So if you going around and say, well, he's my husband, my husband. Hey, you already think he's your husband, so, and he's already sleeping with you. You cooking him meals and you cleaning house. He don't have no reason to marry you, sis. And oftentimes, those relationships break up, and somebody who didn't do is nowhere near what you did wind up being the one that he wifed. And that's why we have a lot of women walking around angry and insecure for past hurts, past relationship hurts, but there's a lot of things that we brought on ourselves. So, you guys, I just like to sit and give you some insight, things that was on my mind, because I love you guys and I want us to be better. As women, I want our men to be better. As men, husbands, boyfriends, I want us to be better. So you guys just take in what I said. Have a great day on purpose. I love you all.